Good morning, Philippines! So, here we are again. So, today guys, yung videos na aking itatalakay is about how to change your surname in your birth certificate using your father's surname. So, paano nga ba natin na mai-transfer or paano na natin mai-apply yung surname ng iyong tatay sa iyong birth certificate na gamit ang surname ng iyong nanay before, which is means that your mother and father before is not married or unmarried before. That's why in your child's birth, you use your mother surname nung pagkadalaga ng iyong nanay. At saka, of course, today's at this moment, gusto mo na i-apply or gamitin ang apelyido ng iyong tatay, which is accidentally na sila ang nagkatuluyan or is accidentally na sila ay nag-reunite and of course, nagpakasal later on. So, as a child, gusto mo na gamitin ang surname ng iyong tatay. Pero, paano nga ba natin gagawin ang pag-a-apply or yung pag-i-include ng change of surname sa iyong birth certificate? So, una-una mga ka-viewers, ito muna yung mga kakailangan ninyo on how to proceed the next procedure kung paano nga ba ma-i-apply yung surname ng iyong father. First requirements that you need to apply or to prepare is valid ID. Valid ID of your parents. So, ito yung mga valid IDs which is government IDs. Ito yung mga ginagamit natin na pinakamatibay na mga identification or ID, which is sana yun doon yung mga SSS. Government ID, which is BIR ID, TIN number ID, passport ID, working, sa mga work company ID, yun. So, lahat na mga government ID ay kailangan nyo na i-prepared for the proof na sila yung magulang, sila yung parents mo. So, ito yung valid ID na kailangan punuin ng parents. So, they should prepare both the IDs to show that they are the parents. Okay, second step. Affidavit to use the surname of the father. So, kailangan mo kumuha ng affidavit gamit ang pagnonotaryo. So, kumuha kayo ng affidavit to use the surname of the father. So, pumunta kayo sa may nagnonotaryo. Of course, doon sa affidavit to use the surname, kailangan din, kung halimbawa kayo ay nasa abroad, no, kailangan na meron kayong authorization na pwede niyang ipagamit sa guidance, o sa representative para makakuha ito ng affidavit to use the father's surname. So, ayun. Kung halimbawa lang yung father is wala dito sa Pilipinas at saka yung father is nasa abroad or yung both parents is nasa abroad, is kailangan nila na magpadala dito sa guidance o sa representative dito sa Pilipinas ng authorization letter na nagpapatunay na pinapayagan nila ang representative or guidance na kumuha ng affidavit to use the father's surname. Of course, if you have that, you should include also your birth certificate, your marriage contract, and of course, the rest of the valid IDs. Third, certified true copy of the certificate of live birth of the child. So, ito naman, kailangan mo kumuha ng birth certificate ng bata na siya yung mag-a-apply o siya yung magpapa-change ng kanyang surname. So, which is, ito yung tinatawag natin na NSO or PSA. At saka mas matibay pa siguro kung i-include nyo na rin yung kaniyang local registry na birth certificate, which is galing mismo dun sa may civil registrar office or sa inyong municipality, which is the child birth and registered. Okay, the fourth is Affidavit of Admission of Paternity or Affidavit of Acknowledgement. So, ito naman yung affidavit is usually makukuha talaga ito sa mga nagnonotaryo. So, okay. So, kailangan na meron kayong affidavit neto kasi ito yung way kung saan na ito yung magpuproceed away into a court trial kasi after na may comply mo lahat ng mga papeles is mag-undergo pa yung birth certificate ng bata at saka both parties, both parents ng kanilang mga dokumento, mga valid ID, ihihiring pa nila yon kung legitimo nga ba ito na ito yung magulang ng bata at saka of course may mga supporting documents na nagpapatunay na pumapayag yung father na gamitin ang kanyang surname sa kanyang anak. So, yun yung kailangan na kumuha ng affidavit of acknowledgement or affidavit of admission of the paternity. So, ayun. And before pala mga ka-viewers, before pala kayo kumuha ng affidavits of admission of the paternity, is kailangan nyo pala kumuha ng authorization letter na nagpapatunay na yung tatay ay pumapayag na kumuha itong guidance or representative ng affidavit of admission of the paternity dun sa nagnonotaryo. Of course, kailangan ng patunay or in short, kailangan ng tatay or ng father ng authorization letter with the date and signature and his full name, enable na makaproceed itong representative na makakuha ng affidavit of paternity or affidavit of admission of the paternity or affidavit of acknowledgement doon mismo sa nagnonotaryo. So, okay. In short, ito. However, the child will only be allowed to use if it is the child's paternity has been recognized. So, and the next additional details of the process are sa rule number 3 natin, aalamin natin kung sino nga ba ang pwede na mag-file. So, sino nga ba yung pwede mag-file? So, here it is. Under these rules, the father, mother, child if of age, or the guardian may file the public documents or affidavit to use the surname of the father in order for the child to use the surname of the father. So, ibig sabihin pala na pwede din pala yung guidance or yung representative. Ito yung sinasabi ko na guidance or representative kung yung parents is nasa abroad at saka ito yung guidance or representative na nag-aalaga sa mga bata. So, pwede rin siya na makapag-file document of affidavit dito sa child na kung saan siya ay mag-undergo of change ng kanyang surname gamit na ang kanyang father surname. So, ayun, pwede yung guardian or representative na natin dito sa Pilipinas na naiwan while both parents is nasa abroad. At kung ang mas maganda pa is yung both parents is umuwi sa Pilipinas at sila ang mag-process dito ng papilis is much more better. At least less yung kanilang mga kakailanganin. Pero pag halimbawa hindi naman makauwi, pwede naman ho yung inyong representative or ang inyong guardian which is gumawa lang kayo o iwanan nyo lang ng authorization letter na siya ay binibigyan nyo ng pahintulot para makakuha ng Affidavit of Documents. Rule number 4. So, saan nga ba pwede i-file ang inyong papeles? Okay? Rule number 4. The public documents or executive within the Philippines shall be filed at the local civil registry office or yung tinatawag natin na LCRO, where the child was born if the birth occurred within the Philippines. So, in short mga ka-viewers, pwede nyo i-file yung mga supporting documents, yung pagpapachange ng kanyang live birth ng bata gamit ang surname ng father. In short, is dun mismo sa kung saan yung bata is ipinanganak, where is the child was born. So, kailangan dun mismo nyo asikasuhin kung saan ito yung bata ay ipinanganak. Hindi pwede sa kung saan-saan lang, hindi pwede. Which is kung saan nyo ipinarehistro ang bata, kung saang city nyo ipinarehistro ang bata, kailangan dun nyo i-file ang document na yun. Hindi pwede sa iba't ibang lugar lang. The public document or executive outside the Philippines shall be filed at the LCRO of Manila if the birth occurred within the Philippines. Rule number 5. What to file? Ano nga ba ang kakailangan ninyong i-file na documents? The following shall be filed at the LCRO or yung tinatawag natin na Local Civil Registrar Office. Certificate of live birth with a complete affidavit of acknowledgement or admission of paternity at the TEC. So, yung mga kakailangan ninyo, ito nga yung sinasabi ko na affidavit, ito yung mga kakailangan ninyong i-file na papeles, which is yung affidavit of acknowledgement or yung affidavit of admission of the paternity para sa live birth ng bata. Okay? And of course, the public documents, including all the supporting documents. So, ito yung mga including documents, ito yung tinatawag natin na mga valid IDs. Kanilang birth certificate ng father, ng mother, at saka yung recent na marriage contract ng mother and father na magpapatunay, and of course, kung pwede, gumawa kayo ng authorization na nag-state doon na yung father is willing na ipagamit yung kanyang surname sa kanyang anak sa kadahilanan na ganito, ganyan, yung mga valid reason yung kailangan yung ilagay doon sa letter niyo, and then i-explain nyo na lang doon sa inyong authorization letter kung bakit anong nangyari, ganyan, and of course with the date and signature. Yun yung pinaka-importante doon. Rule number 6, kailan pwede i-register? When to register? The public document not made on the record of birth or the AUSF shall be registered within 20 days from the date of execution to the place where the birth was registered. Otherwise, the procedures of late registered shall be applied. Number 7, requirements to use the surnames of the father of the child. No? Requirements of the child to use the surname of the father. So, your requirements is birth not yet registered. The illegitimate child shall use the surname of the father if a public document is executed by the father, either at the back of the certificate of live birth or in a separate document. So, ito naman ay para ito sa mga hindi pa nakaregistered ang kanilang live birth. Okay, and the next is, if admission of paternity is made through a private handwritten instrument, the child shall use the surname of the father, provided the registration is supported by the following documents. So, yung the following documents, ito yung tinatawag natin na consents of the child if 18 years old, or consents of the child if 18 years old and over at the time of the filing of the documents. Any of two of the following documents showing clearly the paternity between the father and child. First, employment record. Ito yung sa may tinatawag natin na requirements. Ito yung tinatawag natin para sa requirements of the child to use the father surname. So, ito yung requirements niya. Kailangan niya ng any of two of the following documents showing clearly the paternity between the father and the child. So, ito yung magpapatunay na ito yung anak na gusto magpa-change ng kanyang surname gamit ang surname ng kanyang father, and of course, patunay na yung tatay, na yung father is anak niya itong magpa-file ng kanyang change of surname. So, ang kanilang dapat gawin to prove na sila ay mag-ama, no, or sila ay magkadugo, no, laman sa laman, ay kailangan nilang isubmit yung mga kakailanganan, two of the following. So, pwede dito isubmit nila yung two valid na documents na magpapatunay talaga na sila ay mag-ama. So, pwede dito yung employment records. Pwede rin yung SSS or GSIS records. Pwede rin yung insurance. Kung may mga insurance kayo dyan sa Pilipinas, pwede nyo na i-submit yan as a proof na kayo ay mag-ama. No? And number 4 is certification of membership in any organization. So, halimbawa, kung may mga organization kayong sinasalihan, which is naman valid, no? So, why not don't you try to submit your certificate of your acknowledgement of certificate of membership in any organization. Pwede rin dito, number 5, pwede rin dito na statement of assets and liabilities. Ito naman yung statements of assets and liabilities. Kung halimbawa may mga properties ka, no, pwede mo na i-submit iyon for a proof na kayo ay mag-ama. Halimbawa, kung may mga properties kayo doon, tapos yung beneficiaries mo is nakapangalan sa asawa mo, sa anak mo, yun ang pinakamatibay. Or either, etc., no? Or either, mga ganun-ganun. Basta, statement of assets and liability. Kung may mga business kayo, ganon, may mga bahay kayo, may mga pera kayo dyan sa ang lupalop ng savings nyo or anywhere, no? Or may mga, yun nga, yung mga businesses. And of course, income tax return. Kung halimbawa may mga binabayaran kayong tax, pwede rin yun. So, isa na rin yun sa magpapatunay. Isa na rin dun sa Pilipinas na tinatawag natin na BIR or TIN number ID natin. So, yun ang kailangan nyong i-provide as a valid supporting document. So, ang kailangan lang daw nila is two of the following na kailangan mong isubmit na magpapatunay na kayo ay mag-ama. Ito yung katanungan minsan. For birth previously registered under the surname of the mother. Ito yung ibig sabihin at saka kadalasan tinatanong kung halimbawa yung anak mo ay gamit ang surname ng mother, which is yung mother is not married before or unmarried before for their father, but now they are totally married. So, ito yung kailangan yung gawin. If filiation has been expressly recognized by the father, the child shall use the surname of the father upon the submission of the accomplished. Okay. If affiliation has not been expressly recognized by the father, the child shall use the surname of the father upon submission of a public document or a private handwritten instrument supported by the document listed in the Rule 7.1.2. So, eto siya mga ka-viewers, yung sinasabi natin. So, kailangan na gumawa ng handwritten yung father na magpapatunay na siya yung na magpapatunay na anak niya itong bata. Has not been expressly recognized by the father, the child shall use to the surname of the father upon submission of the public documents or a private handwritten. So, instruments supported by the document listed in the rule. So, ayun nga. So, kailangan gumawa ng handwritten itong tatay para ma-recognize na ito yung kanyang anak. At saka, of course, isa na rin yun magpapatunay na anak niya ito. And of course, kailangan dun sa handwritten, i-explain nyo kung bakit hindi pa nagamit ng bata ang apelyido ng tatay at kung bakit gamit ng bata ang apelyido ng nanay sa pagkadalaga. Which is, kailangan doon yung handwritten ng tatay. So, kailangan gumawa ng handwritten ang tatay at of course authorization sa representative o guidance dito sa Pilipinas para ma-process yung mga kakailanganin. So, except in item 7.2.1, the consent of the illegitimate child is required if he or she has reached the age of majority. The consent may be contained in a separate instrument duly notarized. So, ito yan mga sinasabi ko mga ka-viewers na before makomplete lahat ng mga documents is kailangan nyo na magpapanotary sa registered notariat. So, ito yung notary na kung saan kailangan ng civil registrar office dahil yung notary ito yung tulay kung saan mag-undergo na ng court hearing or court trial ang live birth ng bata, which is going into change and use the father's surname. So, yun. And I am not sure kung magkano yung bayad sa papa-change ng surname through the hand of a lawyer. Of course, sa pag-notary, may mga bayad yun. I am not sure kung magkano today's, maybe 150 and up, or I don't know. But, sa pag-change ng surname ng bata, for sure may babayaran yun. I am so sorry kung hindi ko masabi kung magkano ang bayad kasi wala pa akong kaidi-idiya kung magkano nga ba ang bayad. But, this is what I only can help with you all on how what you should do on how to prepare all documents needed and what going to do with. So, okay mga ka-viewers, huwag kakalimutan yung sinabi ko kanina. Kailangan nyo ng valid IDs. Kahit dalawa lang yung valid IDs. Doon na sabi ko kanina yung mga company IDs, government IDs, proof of assets or of the liabilities, and many more. Of course, authorization letter para sa inyong guidance or representative na siya yung mag-aasikaso. And of course, handwritten of the father's paternity. Kung paano nga ba nangyayari, bakit gamit ng bata ang mother's maiden name, at saka bakit hindi gamit ng bata ang father's surname. So, doon sa pag-acknowledge niya, kailangan i-state niya doon with a complete statement And of course, don't forget to sign up with your complete name and signature. Of course, huwag kakalimutan din para makumpleto na lahat-lahat, kailangan nyo isubmit yung both parents ng mother and father, yung kanilang birth certificate, and of course, the recently marriage contract dito or doon man sa ibang bansa, yung kanilang marriage certificate. Of course, be sure mga ka-viewers na dapat English translated lahat. Dahil sa Pilipinas, yung tao is nakakaintindi lang ng English. Kapag halimbawa sa ibang bansa kayo at saka hindi English yung papers, you should translate it into English para hindi na magiging hassle. And of course, aside from that mga ka-viewers, don't forget to go at the notary sa nagno-notary, and of course, after all, proceed to the civil registrar office kung saan ay ipinarehistro ang bata, kung saan ipinarehistro ang kanyang live certificate. And of course, waiting time expected 6 to 12 months. And don't forget also to think that the rate has a payment. So, yun lang yun mga ka-viewers. And after that, kung gusto nyo nang kunin yung anak, is pwede na siyang makakapag-travel gamit ang consents and authorization. So, mga ka-viewers, hanggang dito na muna yung videos ko, and I hope na may nakukuha kayong lesson and of course knowledge about me. And please don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thank you so much.